twisting off the top. Another bottle, just one more drop. Another swallow, another shot of light. Dominion whiskey running through my veins like a river running through my mind. Dominion whiskey running through my veins. Dominion whiskey running through my soul.
Hey, Tiki Man Radio listeners. This is Marty Nickel coming to you from my beach shack. I love listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. on the internet at Tiki Man Radio. We're live on YouTube at Tiki Man Radio. Got a confession? A song request? All you gotta do is let them know.
How much tequila did I drink last night? It's really anybody's guess. Poured them so fast I couldn't keep them in the glass, but this morning I sure am a mess. My head is 4 or 5 times its normal size, and I got this big old cactus stuck between my eyes. I can't recall a single thing I did or said, or the names of all the people sleeping in this bed. Tell me how, tell me how, tell me how. Tell me how much tequila did I drink last night? How did I get these cuts and bruises all over my body? Must have fallen down somehow. Well, I believe it had something to do with karate. It's all coming back to me now. I was standing in the bar with King Kong's cousin. He must have been 7'3". His elbow gave me a bump, and so I said, hey chump, would you like to step outside with me? Tell me how, tell me how, tell me how, tell me how. Well, tell me how much tequila did I drink last night? My mouth is full of cotton and my brain is sore. I left last night's dinner on this morning's floor. My belly is swollen and my eyeballs shrunk. So much that my hair got drunk. I seen a big old worm about 10 feet long, hallucinating purple cows. Somebody moved the furniture while I was gone. Uh-oh, this is not my house. I could call us a taxi on the telephone if I just knew where we are. I guess I'm gonna have to drive myself back home as soon as I can find the car. But tell me how, tell me how, tell me how, tell me how, tell me how much tequila did I drink last night?
We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same time goes. We're all in the same boat. We can all believe what we believe, peacefully agree to disagree. But you can't judge a man till you walk a country mile in his shoes. Do-do-do-do-do. We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same time goes. Money too, trying to fix the same broke hearts, wishing on the same stars. in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same time goes, the money too, trying to fix the same broke hearts, wishing on the same stars. We all hoping hope floats, we're all in the same boat. If you're holding, take those shots and keep reloading. If you can't be nice, don't say nothing at all. Nothing at all. So help somebody, mind been struggling. Spread a little love, gotta give back something. If the ship keeps rocking, we'll all go overboard. We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same time goes. The money too, trying to fix the same broke hearts, wishing on the same stars. We all hoping hope floats, we're all in the same boat. Yeah, we're all hoping hope floats, we're all in the same boat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight tonight. We are traveling at 34,000 feet at approximately 420 knots. Those on the left side of the aircraft, I'd like you to take a look out your window. We're passing over Key West, and I'd like to point out Beachy Shell Studios. You're in luck tonight, as our in-flight entertainment will be Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle, so sit back, relax, leave the flying to me, and enjoy B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio. Oh, I'd like to suggest downloading the free app, so when we do get to our final destination, you can listen to everything on Tiki Man Radio. Enjoy your flight, enjoy the in-flight entertainment, and thank you for flying Tiki Man Radio Airlines.
I've got some useless but important information. Got a hot tip on a filly in the third. Skyping with a pretty girl who lives halfway around the world. Won't be long till everybody's heard. I have sworn and I cannot reveal my sources. I can tell you though that it's not Nancy Grace. I've been forced to change my plans, won't be traveling to Sudan. My destination could be outer space. Where am I bound? It don't matter. Pocket dialing halfway across the nation. What do I hear? Mindless chatter. All this useless and important information. There are camera crews for blocks outside her trailer. The whole thing's going viral as we sing. Are they fake or are they real? Looks like her boyfriend cut a deal. She'll be dancing with the stars before the spring. You see, she spent her whole Katrina check on implants. Crisis over destiny fulfilled. Blue tarp or silicone, either way the money's gone. I guess there's more than one way to rebuild. Who really cares? Trillions Twitter. I can't comprehend the titillation. Breaking news, world's in the shitter. Covering useless and starts out in the ground till very clever men dig it up and weigh it, then they bury it again. Mostly comes from Africa and ends up in Fort Knox. Only gets its value from the guards and chains and locks. Pretty rocks.
coming to you live from the Beachy Shell studio in Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle.
Hey, it's a happy Friday night here in Key West. Oh my God, what a week this has been. Oh, hang on here. Let me get some. I'm having to adjust dials. We're going to get to all that here in just a minute. What the heck has been going on down here? I told Michelle, go get me a drink. I need one bad. So happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great start to the Friday. I know I'm feeling a heck of a lot better just because of the week I've had. I'm going to wait till Michelle gets over before I talk about it. Let me do some shout-outs here to everybody that's tuned in, listening in. Of course, Tiki Man himself. Beth is tuned in. The ambassador, Michelle Myers. Hello. Sweet Harriet. Sounds good out there. Thank you so very much. And Danny texts me, sounding good. Don't change a thing. No, man, trust me. It's been a hell of a last 2 days. Jojo Fish, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And anybody else listening, hey, don't forget to hit those thumbs up. We so appreciate it. The lovely Michelle has just showed up with my much-needed vodka tonic as she gets in. Now, before I get to talking about what happened, let me get you turned on there, Michelle. Let me hear you real quick.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, you sound great. I've had to adjust everything. So I didn't think we were going to go on YouTube tonight. I have been struggling since yesterday with computer issues. And so, Michelle, I thought I had it fixed. And everything was looking good. Michelle had her hair all done up nice, earrings, the whole 9 yards. And then when she knew we weren't going on YouTube, because I have to have my issues.
I pulled my hair up, took off my earrings and my ring. And yeah. I was almost in my robe.
It was like,
okay,
we're in robes. And I figured something out. It was a theory, last minute theory. There I am at 35,000 feet flying this big rig, no power, cranking landing gear down, hoping that we're going to make a square enough landing. And then something just clicked. And I'll get to that in a minute, what made it click for us to be live on YouTube tonight. So the funny thing is, it isn't funny, quite honestly. And Danny says, pretty as ever. So, first of all, click to you for getting me a drink. Thank you. Please let us know what you're drinking. And don't forget, later in the show, we've got Ann Abbott had picked out some fun songs for tonight. So, all right, back to the issue. So yesterday I'm putting Wednesdays and Thursdays are my day to kind of carve out to put the show together. And so I ditched Wednesday just because we had so much going on. So then Thursday, I'm working on it. I got almost every song and everything ready to do what we're going to do. And Apple has been doing so many updates on equipment. Now, I knew at some point I was going to have to get a new iMac because this one no longer, they send updates to it. And then as apps update, they stop working on the computer. Like I can't do TurboTax on it. I have to go to another computer for TurboTax. So I'd known for a while that I've needed to go out and, get a new computer. I knew I needed to do it. But it's $4,000. I'm out the door, and I'm like, God, I hate spending $4,000, but I need to do it before the tariffs kick in. Which kind of why the computer stopped. Once the tariffs went into action, the computer went.
You've been talking about this for a year and a half at least.
I know.
We knew it's over 10 years old.
I know it's a 2014. So, Bob Bitchin, how old is that computer? This computer is a 2014 model. So yesterday I got everything ready to go, and I got OBS. I make sure OBS is good. I always check everything a day in advance to give me time. Reason being for what happened yesterday. So here I am, and there's another update for OBS. Not thinking that Apple just put out a great big one, and just as I hit the update, I was like, oh, crap. I probably shouldn't have done that. So it updates in the computer, and then when it reopens, it's hung there. It won't even open. open in safe mode, and wouldn't even open in safe mode for crying out loud. So I can't figure out what all my settings were and everything. So that's when I went to this other MacBook Pro. Now, I like Mac, and they all, I mean, you can complain about Macs, you can complain about the PCs, and I can tell you some stories when I was having to work with a lot of PCs back in the day. But I've always liked Mac just because it'll work a lot closer together. Anyway, so I'm trying to load up this Mac, and I don't have any of the OBS. I couldn't find any of the OBS stuff on it. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck is going on here? So I spent all day yesterday. I'm troubleshooting. I'm listening. I got sound issues. Sound's not working properly. Then I finally got it fixed. And I thought, all right, great. I got it working. And then, lo and behold, I get ready to do the show, and my sound problems came back. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? So then I figured I'm just going to do the show tonight. No YouTube. We'll just go off the radio. Hence why Michelle changed her hair and was going to get in her robe and, me in my underwear. We can just sit here and do radio while in our underwear. Anyway, so here we are trying to get the show started tonight, and the sound wasn't working right.
Wow.
And that's what I said. Wow, what the hell is going on?
You called Dan. He's like, yeah, that sounds like poo-poo.
So I told Dan, I'm like, I don't think I'll be able to do it tonight. I can't get it worked out. I'm 20 minutes out. And Danny listened to it, and he was like, that does sound like crap. So as much as we hate not having to go on YouTube, and I know how much he hates when it happens to him when the glitches happen, So I sat there. I'm like, all right, I'm all ready for just radio. And I'm thinking, I'm like, why doesn't this work? And I always tell Danny, it's a setting issue. It's a setting issue. Are you paying attention over there, or are you on your damn phone?
I'm looking for a Dabo girl dress.
Oh, my God. Well, do it when we play music. Get into the middle of the conversation here.
You're talking enough for everybody.
So I have a speaker system that I have plugged into my old Mac to better the sound. And I always, every Friday, run the cord through that speaker in the back of it, which is plugged into the computer. And I got thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. I wonder if I take that speaker system, unplug it from the old Mac, plug it into this Mac, and then plug the other plug I need to plug in to the radio or to the soundboard here, to the speaker. Will it work? And by God, it worked. So now we are live on YouTube. Yay!
Wow.
And I tell you what, it's the coolest thing. Yay! I fixed it. So here we are, live on on YouTube. Because I love my audience and I appreciate it. So I think everybody who's listening should give us a thumbs up. Go out there on YouTube and give us a thumbs up and show us you like it, and we so appreciate it. Let me see. Tiki Man says, good when tech support says you do. Let's see. You do sound like crap. Yeah. Thank you, tech support. I appreciate that. So, yes, we were lucky to go live tonight. I don't have the call-in set up. I probably could do that, but I got too many wires going everywhere just to make the show happen tonight. So, and then I'm going to try and use the other computer, the Lenovo, and get that up next week. So, speaking of next week, the Conch Republic Aerospace Program, getting ready for the Conch Republic Days. So, just so everybody knows, we're on the air next week, but we won't be on the next 2 Fridays just because I have to be at special events because Michelle and I are the commanders of the Conch Republic Aerospace Program, and we have to be at special events. So just so everybody knows, I'll make a special post for that. And but I appreciate that, you guys understanding that. And
so we'll be back. Well, we can tell them next week, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have all the details next week. We'll refresh everybody's, But here we are. We're live from the Beachy Show Hideaway in the Beachy Show Studios. I'm trying to come down from this high I'm on. But there I was at 35,000 feet, hoping that we would be able to land, start one of the engines.
You didn't tell me. You were still working on it.
I'd say anything. I was on a roll, baby. I was on a roll. So, all right, I've talked too much. I want to get into some music, and we're going to come back, and we got a lot to do tonight. If you're online, tell me who. Let me know. I get some people who tell me that they're online, but they don't say anything. So, and by the way, the cameras. Yes, you are watching us.
We are using tonight.
Through the cameras that we are using tonight are hosted by the Southernmost Pint Brewpub, 522 Front Street here in Key West. They are also known as the Intergalactic Starbase Watering Hole during Conch Republic days. You can go out and get their T-shirts that has our logo on it, so make sure you go out and do that. And I got a batch of hats in. I know some people requested hats. I got some coffee cups, too. I had some coffee cups that arrived. So
Mugs.
Mugs, baby, mugs. So there we go. I did something right, and it worked. Yay. Let me see what else we got going on here. A little bit of ha-ha for the night. Makes me feel better. Because our world, we live in a, I should have put this song in tonight, a big old goofy world. I may. The night is still young. So in the meantime, we live in Key West. We love Key West. It's that time of year, and Bill Crawley said it best in this song because it's called Key West. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. B-Man Michelle's Coast Confessions on a Friday night. Love y'all.
I heard a story lately, a story that's been told. Yeah, it circulates and percolates, but it never gets old. Down from New England for a little getaway. Once you hit the island, he makes you want to stay. You're finally on vacation, got a week or two. If by chance you find romance, would be a dream come true. You never expected that this is what you'd find. Now you feel so connected that you've left it all behind. For a little island time, say goodbye to the 9 to 5. Kiss off all of your stress. Now that you've discovered the key to happiness, you've been living life the best since you found the key to happiness. It's called Key West. You flew into Miami, picked up the rent-a-car, found religion on the 7 Mile Bridge, and then you found the nearest bar. You can see your life changing right before your eyes. All this rearranging has caught you by surprise. Then you found the Conch Republic, washed up upon her shore. And all it took was your first look. You knew you wanted more. Now there's fun in December, no more snow and ice. For a local bartender, that's a piece of paradise. Piece of paradise. Say goodbye to the 9 to 5. Kiss off all of your stress. Now that you've discovered the key to happiness, you've been living life the best since you found the key to happiness.
the radar range. Hello, it's me. I'm not at home. If you'd like to reach me, leave me alone. I think a change would do you good. A change would do you good. Hello, it's me. I'm not at home. If you'd like to reach me, leave me alone. I think a change would do you good. A change would do you good. I think a change would do you good. A change would do you. I think a change would do you good. A change would do you. Oh, I think a change would do you good. A change would do you. Oh, a change would do you good.
Key West has a brand new brew pub, and you're going to love what they have brewing on their menu. That's right, the Blast Beer Company's Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street in downtown Key West. Open 7 days a week from noon until 10 p.m. Offers handcrafted beer and made-to-order signature food dishes. On tap are 3 of their signature beers, the Southernmost Pint Golden Ale, the Save the Day IPA, and the Hazy Lady New England IPA, and many other tasty handcrafted beers brewed on-site right here in Key West. And if you're not a beer drinker, don't worry, as they have available on their menu wine and other adult beverages and booze-free drinks. While enjoying a pint or two, check out their amazing menu of small fare items made to order that include local favorites, guac and chips, and Mexican esquites street corn. And their delicious main course items, Caribbean chicken salad, and trade wind meatballs. Stop in and enjoy one of their tastings of 4 different beer offerings of your choice. Or just enjoy a pint or two while taking in the aromas of beer being brewed on site and relaxing inside their brew pub atmosphere. Better yet, soak up the wonderful Key West weather and enjoy one of their handcrafted beers while hanging out on their great outdoor patio with music videos, movies, and sports games. Come by and watch your favorite team play on the biggest screen around. That's Blast Beer Company, Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street here in Key West. Blast Beer Company, around since 1992, making beer 1 barrel at a time.
You know, here at Tiki Man Radio, we always encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. Try something different. Be bold, and no matter what you do. Let me tell you about the official rum company of Tiki Man Radio. Reef Rum is American-made with an offbeat blend, sweet and smoky for the wise and the rebel. It was created for bohemians and connoisseurs who tire of the same old thing. It's an eccentric blend of natural banana, orange, and coconut, balanced with a touch of smoky flavor. To find out where you can find Reef Rum, visit reefrum.com. That's REIFRUM.com. If you're looking to step out of your comfort zone, then Reef Rum is where you need to be. When you go to reefrum.com, make sure you use the code word Tiki Man to get free shipping on your first order. Reef Rum, the official rum of Tiki Man Radio. Smooth and smoky. It's time to get out of your comfort zone with Reef Rum.
Coming to you live from Beachy Shell Hideaway Studio in Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle. Now, back to the show.
Well, thank you very much. That was my sister giving us some big shout-outs here. Let me turn my mic up just a little bit here. We're in the process of still adjusting some sound stuff here, so bear with us as we try figuring it out, because why?
I know nothing.
I know nothing. Let me get you one more time over there, Michelle.
Hello.
All
Hello,
right.
hello.
Ooh, you sound awesome, baby. All right. So, hey, a big shout out. We got Heather's tuned in tonight, the hippie chick. Mo has tuned in, and she says she's double dipping as she's watching the first game of the women's basketball Final Four. Ooh. And yes, JoJo Fish and Beth, not Beth Schreier. You're over there. Look, if you're going to do this show with me, by God, you need to get your second wind. Not Beth Schreier, but Beth, I can't. Hi. How do you say your last name, Beth? Hinth? I may have said it wrong, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And yes, I will post that swag stuff up there, and where you can get T-shirts, and I've got the cups. So you got to get a hold of me if you want a coffee mug, and I get one to you. We're trying to get something out there on the pints. All right, I've about had it with you over there. You know what? I'm about to do this. Missed.
I'll just go lay down on the couch.
I know you will. It's like, all right. Anyway, it's called Key West. Bill Crawley. I tell you what, that was a great song. I'm actually thinking about covering it. I think I can do that one. Not as good as Bill did it, but I think I could give it some justice. You know, what do you think?
We could give it a try.
I could give it a try. And so yeah, I'm going to redo this entire little studio here. We're going to make some changes. Here. I might put some cameras in some different spots and kind of figure out what we want to do. I don't know. I've got the itch to do it now, so we're going to do it. What's going on in your world over there, Michelle? Besides yawning and looking like you just got up or what? From sleeping, napping over there? And?
Is that just like I just got out of bed?
Well, you're over there all tired, everything. You look like a sleepyhead.
That's not the same.
You're a sleepyhead.
I got makeup on.
You're looking hot.
Kind of done. I'm dressed.
I think when you go to bed, you leave your makeup on when you get up, just so you look hot when you get up.
No.
No?
What time? I put makeup on about 4 o'clock, I think.
Okay, Beth goes, how would say her last name? It sounds like I hate you, but it's just hate.
Hate.
Like, what was Tammy?
Hate.
What was Tammy's last name?
Hate.
And how was it spelled, though?
H-A-I-G-H-T?
Yeah. I always said height, and you're like, no, it's hate.
Well, she told you it's not height because she's short. She's like, that's not funny.
Okay. I don't mean any disrespect, but, when I look at somebody's name, I'm like, I get a kick out of people when they try to say your name. Your last name's Tafoya, and they're like, Tafoya? Like what?
It's phonetically correct. It was actually anglicized.
But they try so hard, like
The original spelling, way back in the day, was Tafalla. Tafalla.
Tafalla.
Spanish. But somebody anglicized it back in the day, and there's a whole lot of us out in the Southwest now, so with that spelling.
They're like, come here, you look like a Tafoya. We're fixing that. And then the band just began to play.
People think it's a Japanese. It's like...
Oh, I get a kick out of it when they call me Mr. Tafoya. They're like, hello, Mr. Tafoya. I'm like, yeah. See.
See.
No?
See or no?
See or no?
That's those guys.
Those guys that do a sports show, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could never understand
See
why.
or no?
See, let me see. Let's change our cameras. Oh, look at that. I flipped it. And I'm wearing my expatriated American shirt tonight.
A lot better light today.
We do have a lot better light. Oh,
I think. What does it look like on the computer?
Let's see. I got that one, and then, of course, we got this one over here. Oh, you look hot. See, I want to change that camera angle. I do it mostly because when we got people sitting right here. And, See, I wasn't the only one, Beth. Michelle Myers, like, thank you for the clarification. So it's nice. It's kind of funny when my last name is Fields.
How do you say that?
Fields.
Sometimes you say a Fields. It's
Who?
a Fields.
Brian Fields?
You say a Fields.
I do not. You're making that up.
Put a little A in front of it.
I don't put an A in it.
Yes, you do.
Well, if I put an A in front of it, it's because it's awesome. Awesome Fields.
Almost like it's Irish. O Fields.
Oh, Fields.
You say a Fields.
Well, maybe I am a little bit Irish, and I say it my way.
You say instead of
Weather here has been awesome, everybody.
little humid. It's gonna
but
drop on.
It's nice
Wednesday,
though.
I think.
It's been really nice. So hey, a big shout out to let's see, who did I say was on here tonight? Hang on one second. I think I got everybody. Bill and Ann Abbott. I knew there was 2 other people, Bill and Ann Abbott, and they got their little show coming up here. They give us 2 drinking songs, and we'll introduce that here in just a little bit. Let me see. What kind of things have been going on in Key West, Michelle? I had a whole...
I don't think. Just getting ready for Conch Republic
Conch Republic Days. It's like I've got a meeting on Tuesday, a get-together on Wednesday,
Karaoke.
which is some kind of meeting and then karaoke. And then we have Friday, we're doing no, not next Friday. But yeah, it's just, my God, I can't keep, thank God for calendars. But I have to have you put my calendar together. Because I screwed up.
It like goes into the
I don't know where the hell it goes. I put something on the calendar and it's like,
bloop.
And then you're like, you didn't put it on the calendar. I'm like, yeah, I did. I'm like, look, it's on mine. And you're like, well, it's not on mine. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Neighbors next door are having a good time. They've been
Friends
partying.
here all week.
Huh?
Had some friends here all week.
Yeah, I had friends. Pretty funny,
They're
though.
still here, right?
Huh?
They're still here.
Yeah. I think it was funny, we don't get on politics on the radio or religion, but I had to laugh. I was out there trimming some trees the other day, and that guy was just giving our neighbor all kinds of
poo-poo.
I was like, I had to make a comment. I was like, you go, boy.
Yo, ma.
Yo, ma. Hey, Danny, this one's for you. Yo, ma. I love that one. That is so damn funny. But yeah, Conquer Public Days. There's a lot going on. And of course, Gary's got his Kalki Bridge run coming up. Holy camole, I'll be glad when that's done. So, got that coming up, and we're getting into the season of things happening.
We're playing at the coffee house on Easter.
That's right. We're doing Easter at the coffee house. So make sure you guys tune in to the Old Stone Coffee House on April 20th, and you'll see B-Man and Michelle playing for Easter Sunday there.
Doing the sunrise service.
No sunrise. Oh my God, you and I did that.
2 years or 1 year?
It was before the pandemic, because Pastor Terry was still around.
We did it 2 years in a row.
And no, we only did it one. We had to get out there. We had to get up at like 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, to get ourselves up and ready and get the car loaded and go out to the beach. And I was like, good God, what were they thinking? For sunrise service this early in the morning.
So that's when the sunrise is.
So, who invented that?
The Lord, I guess.
He was sitting there, he's like, I shall mess with people. We will have sunrise. And people must get up. God, I'm only kidding. Not really. And geez, it's what is it? Almost 8 o'clock, and it's still light out here. I don't know.
It's about sunset right now.
It's kind of crazy out there, but we've had nice breezes here. We've had some pretty wavy, crazy stuff out there. Although
it's like right now, it's at 7:44.
The green flash, the green flash.
As the sun goes down.
As the sun goes down.
Watching for the green flash.
Watching for the green flash. Hey, I give that guy credit, man. Lord Davidson. It played on Radio Margaritaville that one time. I was like, how does he get a song on Radio Margaritaville? And now he's hiding out in Panama. So, Lauren, if you're listening, love you, buddy. You were way ahead of us all thinking to go to Panama.
They'll stay away from the protesters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not happy with the Americans.
While you're there, get a picture of the Panama Canal, would you please? But yeah, so, we went to the air show on Sunday. We went out on the Fury boat. That was a lot of fun. We had 3 boats out there, roughly about 35 people per boat. Got some really cool videos. I was going to put some together, but, all hell broke loose here in the last couple days, so scratch that. Fishers say they are dark now, so it's getting that time of year, everybody. But yeah, so we went out watched those guys. Again, the Fury boat did a really good job.
Oh, we had plenty of food.
Man, there was it was $129 per person, so we got to go out. We got pretty close to the base. The water was not that cold. You know how I am. I get a little leery getting in the water sometimes, but I don't like the cold. The cold sucks. So, but we did get in the water, and they had plenty of beer and booze and all that stuff out there, and
beer, wine, champagne.
And then the food. I was amazed with the food. It seems like just when you thought it was gone, there's more came out, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So
we didn't go hungry.
We did not go hungry. We had a good time, but we were out there. We weren't close to any sandbars. But
yeah, we didn't actually reach the ground.
no,
in the water.
No, we didn't.
Well,
But
you guys probably did. Your
I kept
toes
hitting the
touched
seaweed that was kind of floating up, and it was freaking me out. I was like, "Whoa, what's that?"
seaweed.
I was like, something's wrapped around my leg. Oh, seaweed. I was like, get away from me, get away from me. But, all right, let's get some more music. B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions. This is a really good song here. I think everybody will appreciate this song. Although we did not go this past Sunday out on any sandbars or to any keys, I do know one fella here in Key West has been out to this little key. I think he was harvesting the things that grow on Dildo Key. So, little Chris Ream here. Key West Chris, Dildo Key, everybody, on a Friday night. You got to have an imagination for this song, and he did it good.
I'm gonna wake up in the morning before that sun comes up. I'm gonna get my things together, fishing poles and all of that stuff. I'm gonna head on down shore side, got a little boat waiting for me. A fishing holes where I'm gonna go, down in the Florida Keys. Alright. A half a dozen miles southeast of old Flamingo. I'm gonna motor my way across the Florida Bay. You know that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drop an anchor and catch a wave, cast a line and enjoy the day. You know I'm going fishing, my favorite spot, better known as Dildo Key. What did he say? That's right, it's better known as Dildo Key. Now I got a name like that, I can't rightfully say. All I can tell you is that it sits out in Florida Bay. And the girls all love it, they like to hitch a ride. They love it best when they're at high tide. Everything is shaking, my favorite spot, down at Dildo Key. Well, you know you have a good time, you would see if you're home at Dildo Key. And you can take it next door, there's a real live Johnson for the south to Ramrod Key.
Ramrod? Is there a little Ramrod?
Well, girls all scream and holler about it down Dildo Key. Shaken all stirred, that's the way they say it's gotta be.
Just make mine dirty.
I don't know how it all came about. At Long Key they all get to stretch it out. Everything is shaking, my favorite spot, down at Dildo Key. Alright.
Gotta love Cayo de Consolador. Oh yeah.
Well, right next door there's a neighbor. It's a little Johnson Key.
Did you say Johnson?
And if you go down, way down low, there's 3 big Johnsons more. Dropping anchor on a soft shoal. Before you know it, they'll be screaming for more. Everything is shaking, my favorite spot, down at Dildo Key. Alright, let's go.
It's gonna be a long day.
Well, man in the boat is ready for the day out on Dildo Key. Eager beaver can't wait, might not come back for the rest of the day. Got a magic wand, it makes them come. Sure beats hell out of the bag of chum. Everything is shaking, my favorite spot, down at Dildo Key.
That's right.
Well, you know you'll have a good time, you would see if you're home at Dildo Key. And you can take it next door, there's a real live Johnson for the south to Ramrod Key. Well, everything is shaking, my favorite spot. You know that everything is shaking, my favorite spot. You know that everything is shaking, my favorite spot. Down,
Shake it, baby.
way down at Dildo Key.
You got a cigarette?
white stripe right down her side, tires on the mud. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. Stand up on my shoulders and tell me, darling, what can you see? 10,000 holy rollers go into battle, cigarettes tucked up in their sleeves. Oh, oh, oh. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. We take our loving on the run quite seriously. I'm wondering if she's got a gun hidden up her sleeve. Now stand up over my shoulders and tell me, honey, what can you see? 10,000 holy rollers go into battle, playing white tees. Ah, ah, ah. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. Oh, whew. She is an officer of love, and I'll obey her every word. Every word, every word. Start a fire.
Hey everybody, join us for Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time right here on Tiki Man Radio every Sunday. Come over and be part of the show. We'll be streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and get into the chat and be a part of the show. That's Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time right here on Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station. Here at Tiki Man Radio, we love shout-outs from our artists and our listeners from all over the world. You ever wondered how you do that? Well, if you have the free Tiki Man Radio app, all you have to do is click on the little menu and go down to where it says shout-out. You can record a short shout-out. When you're done, you just send it straight to us. You have about 15, 16 seconds to do it. Here's a couple of pointers. Make sure you don't have your TV on or your radio. Make sure you're in a quiet space if you can. And always tell us who you are, where you're from, and mention you're listening to Tiki Man Radio. It's as simple as that. If you want to hear your name on the radio, send us a shout out and we'll put it in the radio station for you. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station, and give us a shout out.
Hey, this is Beth from Nailtini. Do you ever feel like getting your nails and hair done before vacation is a chore? Why not enhance your vacay experience by visiting us at Nailtini, 817 Duval. Our perfect petties will make your feet look fabulous in those flip-flops. Or maybe you want a beautiful blow dry in style for your night on the town. Men's haircuts, facials, and waxing? We do that too. We live up to our name and serve you a martini or a drink of your choice during your service. Now, back to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio.
Yeah, B-Man and Michelle right here coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios here in Key West, Florida. And yeah, it's I'm starting to wind down from the pre-show start where I didn't think we were going to be on the YouTube tonight. So I'm glad we got to be on here. What? Oh, I didn't tune your own. Sorry.
You've been wound up for a day and a half.
You know what? I'll tell you, when I get something in my head, I got to fix it. I mean, I'm just, you know me and you know how I am with computers. I'm just like, I went to bed and dreamed this stuff last night. I was like in my sleep, like pulling a plug, putting a plug, you know. I can't help it. That's the way I am. But did I throw anything yesterday?
You wanted to.
Oh, God, did I want to. I was like, I am so not happy, but I didn't do it. But it's another Friday night, and we've got each other. You were sitting over there with, what are you looking? You were looking for something. What are you looking for on your phone?
Well, I saw the Dabo Girls on Deep Space Nine here.
Tell people what that is.
What Dabo Girls are, or what Deep Space Nine is?
Well, how about both? Not everybody's a Star Trek crazy like you.
Deep Space Nine is one of the Star Trek series where they're out on a deep space, what would you call it, station, out in deep space. That one, you
Way
have
out
to follow it. But anyway, they're out there in space. And there's this race of people called, what's Quark in them? The Ferengis. They're very mercurial and very profit-driven and big capitalists. But so they run.
They believe in tariffs, right?
I don't know how Quark.
Just saying.
You'd have to ask the Grand Nagus about that. But so they have like this
funny,
gambling. They have like this gambling establishment, and one of the things is called Dabo. It's what did you say? Kind of like. What's the one with?
It's like roulette.
Kind of like roulette or something like that. So, but the girls, you know, like the Vegas girls, they kind of wear the outfits.
And then they play Elvis in the background. Bright light city, gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul on
So one of the
fire.
Dabo girls had an interesting outfit. I thought that'd be good for Fantasy Fest or something.
So you're already thinking of Fantasy Fest, and we're not even through Conk Republic days yet.
So I was looking on Amazon.
You know, we did our Tuesday on the Island show. Well, that reminds me, Danny, I need to send that to you. All right. Note.
After this is over.
Note. Send Danny Tuesday show. Sorry. All right. So I will get on that one. That'll be easy. Won't take long to get to you because I know you're going to do radio stuff tomorrow. I know how you work, my friend. But this week on Tuesday on the Island, we were at the Southernmost Pint Brewpub. And that was a fun show. We had a really good time with that. At 4 o'clock every day is their happy hour. And they blow a conch.
They blow the conch.
And all you hear is, ow, that hurts.
Maybe he likes it.
He's got little ears start flapping in the wind. But yeah, so anyway, they blow the conch at 4 o'clock, which means it's happy hour. So 4 to 6 every day at the Southernmost Pint Brewpub. You too can get yourself a happy hour brewski.
Wow.
How about that? And they got some really good food and everything, and they do such a great job. We love it. Those guys are awesome. We appreciate them. So thank you guys very much for what you do. Maureen says it's halftime. Entertain me. Oh, I'll send you a bill in the mail. So, what would you like to hear, Mo? You want to hear a story? Would you like me to, recite something to you?
Time for your thing yet, is it?
No, it's not time for my thing yet. Pretty soon, though. But what we do have coming up in this next round of music are 2 songs that Bill and Ann Abbott come up with each week.
Where in the world?
This week, we were doing Where in the World is Bill and Ann Abbott, and then we found out where they were. they're working. and he was coaching kids hockey, I think it was. I hope I got that right. And but now we're doing 2 drinking songs for the week. And so the one song last week that Bill gave us, I was like, there's a lot of cursing in that song. I thought I should listen to that a little bit harder. I trust my audience, so. And so then I said something to him, I'm like, yeah, and he goes, yeah, Ann said she's picking the next round of songs. I was like, oh, okay. So this week's songs are brought to you by Ann Abbott. So we'll have a little info that she sent us on that one. I was going to have him call in. I'm going to try and get him call in next week. I swear I'm going to try and get that call in. We're doing great with it until this thing behind me went TU.
It still works, just not for.
Well, yeah, I just can't do
radio.
Yeah, I mean it's limited now. So yeah, we're gonna fix that.
Old.
Bob Smith sent me a message because he's listening in tonight, and thanks Bob for listening in. I'm looking at. Now, I want the audience to know that normally I have all this stuff in front of me and I'm not bouncing around, but because everything's been changed, I'm having to look at my Facebook stuff over here because I have people sending me Facebook comments, and I've got all the stuff here. So I feel like I'm left-handed. I'm a right-handed guy, but I feel like everything's left-handed, and I'm like, oh, help me. What are you laughing at me for? I'm making things happen over here. But anyway, he said, I want to know if I bought the Mac device yet. And I'm like, I hadn't bought it yet. And he said get a Mac Mini, which I think I need the Mac Studio because I want more plugins. And he says, buy a TV for your computer monitor. And I'm like, I got me thinking. And I'm like, well, explain to me how that works.
You can use this TV.
Explain to me how that works. And then, well, I can't use that TV because you watch your Star Trek on that TV when we do radio. So, what?
I don't have to watch Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. Say that again?
I don't have to watch Star Trek.
I have, that will be in the recording. So when you say, where's my Star Trek? I'm going to go, bleep.
I could watch.
I don't have to have my Star Trek. And you go, I didn't say that. I'm like, bleep. I don't have to have my Star Trek.
I said I don't have to watch Star Trek on that TV. We've got other TVs in this house.
We do. Let me see. The Amateur Adventures Club, Bill and Ann Abbott. I was coaching youth ice hockey with my grandson and granddaughter's team. That's cool. Way to go, man. I haven't done that stuff in a while. I haven't done any sports in a very long time. Let me see. Heather says, hey, buddy, repeat what you need. Danny and I went out for a minute to fix air conditioning and plant banana trees. Did I need anything from Danny?
Nope.
Hey, that check you never sent me? That big one? That one that'll buy my new computer? That's what we were... I'm kidding, man.
They said chick. I was like, what?
No, check.
Like hippie chick.
No, I don't think if the audience is listening, if you've been paying attention, did I ask for anything for Danny? Except for that check? No, I'm kidding. He had to go out and he's like me, got to fix the air conditioner. I mean, we fix all kinds of stuff around here. And then, of course, they're planted banana trees. That'd be interesting. How's that going to do in the weather there, Heather? I'm curious about that. Heather says, check in the mail. I'm going to hold you to that, hippie chick. Sweet Harriet's out there. I just got home. I was driving and could not interact. Still listening, though. All right. Well, Sweet Harriet, and I believe I'm hoping Ray, unless you left Ray at the bar, and he's having fun. But thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys so much. If you're listening in and you're watching on YouTube, well, you are because you commented. Please go out and hit the thumbs up. We appreciate that. That tells YouTube these guys are pretty cool. And we like when we're cool. So, what else on the agenda there, Michelle?
More music?
We can do some more music here in a minute. I swear there was something else I was going to ask you. I may go to the music and come back and ask you because there was...
Ask me?
Yeah. I've always got something there. Let's see. Heather says they dig the banana trees up every year and put them in the garage, then replant in the spring. All right. Do you ever get bananas off those, Heather? I'm curious about that because you got a pineapple that I left there, pineapple stem, and you said that was growing pretty good. So my lime tree out back is starting to do its thing, so there'll be happy limes pretty soon. And Beth said, send some bananas to Allentown, PA. I used to fly into Allentown up there, actually, back in the day. I was telling Michelle the story the other day when I scared the crap out of my instructor. Although he didn't act like he was scared, but I saw the look on his face.
And he said, don't ever do that again.
He said, don't ever do that again. But I landed okay. I mean, I landed. I just used the entire runway to slow down, so. It was like, I had it under control.
Going a little fast, huh?
It was a little fast coming in as it's coming around that mountain there. Coming around the mountain, it was fast. He was in the bathroom for a while. All I heard was somebody say, I need my underwear. But hey, I got him back to McGuire Air Force Base safely. Ray says he's home from Friday night. Body Shop Bar. What is a body shop bar? Ooh, that makes me think of all kinds of ideas. You're kind of out of it tonight, aren't you?
I'm trying not to yawn. You keep talking so much. I'm like, I'm waiting for you to go to music so I can go.
Oh, my God. Look into my spoon.
You're going to make me fall asleep.
Look into my spoon.
You're gonna make me.
The magic spoon. You will spoon with me later. You will spoon all night with me. We will kick the cats out of the bed.
Slide away from all the sweat.
Yeah. If you didn't know this, tonight's cameras are sponsored by the Southernmost Pint Brewpub, 522 Front Street here in Key West. And, of course, we have other sponsors. We've got Nailtini, which I spent the afternoon, or actually the morning up there. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit, what's going on up at Nailtini. And don't forget, when you're in town, look me up, because I got free B12 shots. You can go down to the Ivory Hydration Stations and get your IV on. So I got B12 shots, and they're a lot of fun to get because they hype me up. Although, public service announcement, I learned that this week, that when you get a shot in the buttocks,
it doesn't distribute
it doesn't distribute
very well.
Well, the way she said, it doesn't distribute at all. And I was like, huh? I never heard that. All those years as a kid, you know, the doctor give you a shot in the butt, and that penicillin never went nowhere. It just stayed in my butt.
They do the globulin in the butt, don't they?
That lasts a long time. I had to get one of those thinking I was having to go to the first Iraq war, and man, they shoved that needle in my hind end, and 2 hours later, they pulled it back out. That's what it felt like. There was so much gamma globin, or whatever they call it.
Gamma globulin.
Yeah, holy crap. And then I said, it's like sitting on a wallet. I had to change sides on my wallet just to even out my rear end. True story. I'm not making that up. That is true. That thing was thick on the butt. Anyway, hey, we got some music coming up. Hey, stay tuned because we've got the drinking songs coming up. But to start this out, how many people listening tonight have the Keys disease? Well, we did, and we live here now. And I don't want to leave. Do you want to leave? Do you want to go anywhere? I don't want to go anywhere. But you know what? Listen to the song because I guarantee a lot of you, if not all of you, have the Keys disease. And there's no penicillin for that, everybody.
Only one more month to go till she could board that southbound plane and leave this ice and snow. As she walked home from her office, the cold wind on her face, she thought about Key Largo and how much she missed that place. She got the Keys disease and there ain't no cure. She got to get back there once more. Dose of ocean, sand, and sun. She needs a big piece of key lime pie. Watch the green flash in the sky. Those are the only foolproof remedies when you got the Keys back in 2003 when she and her friend Jennifer paid a visit to the Keys. They flew into Miami, took a drive down A1A. That's when she caught the fever keys disease, and the only cure is to get back there once more for a healthy dose of ocean, sand, and sun. She needs a big piece of key lime pie. Watch the green flash in the sky. Those are the only proven remedies when you've got the keys disease. Now the waiting's over and the day is finally here. From the window seat marked 7B, Chicago disappears as the 727 rises through the clouds. Suddenly the sun appears and the whole plane shouts out loud, we got the keys disease, and the only cure is to go back there once more for a healthy dose of ocean, sand, and sun. We'll get a big piece of key lime pie, see the green flash in the sky. Those are the only foolproof remedies when you've got the keys disease. When you've got the keys
Hi everybody, get your drinks ready because coming up is 2 Songs to Drink To with Annabelle Abbott of the Amateur Adventures Club, only on B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americano radio station.
Friday night I was late at the Mai Tai Cafe. I was a few drinks deep when she wandered my way. What are you drinking tonight? I'd be happy to buy. Don't know what you want. Here's a few you could try. You could have a dark and stormy, a daiquiri, a margarita or a martini, a French connection, a fine cognac, a whiskey sour or a Sazerac. And she looked at me, said I know what I need, I'll have sex on the beach with a drink in her hand and a look in her eye. She led me down to the seaside. As we lay in the sand, we looked to the sky and we heard a call for last round of the night. Do you like pina coladas or mojitos, or michelada or a shot of Patron, a kamikaze or a tall sea breeze, tequila sunrise or blue Hawaii? But she looked at me, said you know what I need, I'll have sex on the beach. You could have a dark and stormy or a daiquiri, a margarita or a martini, a French connection or a fine cognac, a whiskey sour or a Sazerac, pina coladas or mojitos, a michelada or a shot of Patron, a kamikaze or a tall sea breeze, tequila sunrise or blue Hawaii. Then she looked at me, said I know what I need. Oh, she looked at me,
You're listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station. Come over and chillax and relax. Everything's going to be okay.
That's what the man. Hey, Tiki Man Radio fans, this is Bob Shealy from the Gulf Coast of Florida, and I love listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. on the internet at Tiki Man Radio, or watch us live on YouTube at Tiki Man Radio. Got a confession or a song request? Let them know. But for now, sit back, chillax, and let's get back to the show.
I love that song. B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios here in Key West, Florida, and we're having a good time tonight. Danny sent me a message. Okay, so I screwed up last week. I don't do that very often, but when I do, I feel like the what was that? The Most Interesting Man. But when I do screw up, by God, I do it my way. I did it my way. He asked me about the Cuba trip, and I did talk about that last week, and I promised everybody that I was going to do the video. And lo and behold, I didn't play the video. So I started playing the video. When we go back into music, I'm going to put that video back on and let everybody see that one again, because it was pretty neat. What it is... and Michelle and I are going to do this. We're either going to do it for your birthday or before your birthday. We're going to figure it out. But there is a company down here, and Lord, it just escapes my mind, and I'll get this. I'll get all the information on that one, too, that books trips to Cuba. It's a one-day. It's pretty pricey. I mean, it's about $1,200, $1,300 per person. But they take care of your visa. They fly you in there. It's a guided tour. They take you to all the really cool places. The videos show some of the stuff they did. One of them was they went to Hemingway's house. And on the wall there is, he kept track of his weight through a period of time. Oh, I didn't turn you on, damn it. Sorry.
I used to be a boxer, and boxers are very
Yeah.
weight. I mean, you got your weight classes and all that.
So, yeah, so he did that. And then there was one spot where they had the crazy cat lady, and I'm thinking that's where Michelle would go. And they went to
That's a bar or something?
They went to a bar.
What was
and
the crazy cat lady?
Well, she's down one of the lanes, apparently close to where.
Oh, there is a crazy.
Yeah, the crazy cat lady. Yeah, it wasn't the video. If you
Like
weren't
the lady with like 100 cats or something.
Yeah, she got a lot of cats. That lady's got cats. So, wow, a lot of cats there, everybody.
We once had 5.
Yeah. Yeah, we did at one time. And so it was a really cool trip. It's got me juiced. I want to go. And so there. I'll have more information on that.
And you'll play the video.
Yeah, I'm going to play the video. Actually, I should put the information in the video, but you know what? They're not paying us to the advertisement, so maybe they'll pay us, and I can help them get them some more people to do that. So something we can talk to them about. But I still think it's really cool. I mean, it's on my bucket list. I know when I talked to Danny, he sounded pretty juiced up about it. I'm going to tell you the other thing, too, that I'm kind of excited about. We have a new, the Key West Cooking School here.
Yeah.
And we went. That was so cool.
You don't have to cook yourself.
No. And it was funny because I was talking to Sissy's fiance the other day when he was in town, and she booked it. And she was asking me questions about it. And she booked it because I told her how cool it was. And then her husband, or her fiance is like, hey, we got to cook. He goes, I don't like to be timed in the kitchen. And I'm like, no. They got everything. They talk about it. And then next thing you know, they bring it out to you and you eat like crazy. So I was thinking about, if anybody's interested with the Tiki Man Radio team, if you want me to try and put something together, maybe I could see if they'll give us a special deal and get a group of us in there one of the days that everybody's here. I don't know what everybody's schedule is, but it's pretty fun. If not, well, Heather just chimed in. She goes, she loved the cooking school. So yeah, hey, that would be something. Ray, yes, Ray. If you and Harriet get down here in July,
and they've got 3 a day.
They do 3 a day. They do there's one at 10 o'clock, one at 2, and one at 6.
Probably not the 10 for me.
I like the 6. I think the 6 o'clock is pretty cool.
Yeah, dinner
time frame. Their bar is open from the time they open. I think they're 10 till 8 or 9.
7 or 8, yeah.
So they have a bar there. You can go there and kind of hang out and drink, and then
And they have bar bites too, right?
they have bar bites, and then they also have a cocktail class, and that would be kind of cool. So it's something I was thinking about. I was going to put a message out to the Tiki Man Radio songwriter team that if they want to be a part, if they want me to try and set something up, I'd be happy to do that. If you just want information, you want to go by yourself, that's great too. But it was a really cool event to go to. We got to go for the soft opening, so
it was free for us.
It was free for us, but we tipped the wait staff
well
very well because they really worked hard. And again, it's a new business trying to get their stuff up and running, and I think it was really cool. So a lot of fun. And yes, Ray's talking about the trip to Cuba. They come in July. That would be something to think about. So that's the other thing too. You and I need to go up and do our not the TSA one, but the what the hell is that? Global entry.
Global entry or whatever.
Yeah. You and I need to do that.
I wonder if we could get an appointment when we're no, that'd be too.
I was thinking about
or
that.
Orlando. We could do it.
I was thinking about that. We can do either Miami in May when we go up there for your appointment, and
No, Orlando would probably be better.
Yeah, Orlando would be really good. So, and that's and going to Cuba with Ray.
Oh my!
That would be fun, Ray.
Brush up on your Espanol.
Yes. Get up on your Espanol. I feel like a little German music. Hey, because we're going to Cuba.
What?
I just thought I'd have a little fun there. So there's another one. Hey, we're having fun. There we go. It's one of those things, though. We're always having a good time. And what can I say but this? Yeah, you know what time it is on this show. What time is it, Michelle?
This day in history.
This day in history.
In music history.
Yeah, it's in a short one today. What is today? Today is the April 4th. I think everybody's hungover from April Fool's Day, so there wasn't a whole lot going on the 4th. So, 1960 Frank Sinatra version of High Hopes from the movie A Hole in the Head wins the Oscar for Best Original Song. How about that? 1964, the Beatles held the top 5 places in the U.S. singles chart at number 5, Please Please Me. Number 4, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Number 3, Roll Over Beethoven. Number 2, Love Me Do. And number 1, Can't Buy Me Love. There you go. Ooh, I hit the high note on that one. They also had another 9 singles in the chart, bringing their total to 14 singles on the Hot 100. I call them overachievers. 1968, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Joni Mitchell, Al Cooper, and Ted Nugent. I don't really like Ted Nugent, but Ted Nugent met up for an all-night blues, folk, and rock session at the New Generation Club, New York, after hearing the news of Martin Luther King's assassination. That goes way back. 1973, Elvis Presley, Aloha from Hawaii concert, recorded 3 months earlier, is broadcast in America for the first time when it runs on NBC.
70 what?
73.
Okay.
The ratings are huge, with a third of the households with TV sets tuning in to watch. I remember when they did the live satellite from Hawaii. Remember that?
I think so.
Maybe not. I was young.
I saw him in 72.
I was staying at my cousin's house in Findlay, Ohio. You guys wanted to know all about that, didn't you? 1992, the film soundtrack from Wayne's World started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart. Included on the soundtrack was Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, which climbed up the American singles chart once again as a result. This time reaching all the way to number 2, higher than the original U.S. position, number 9 in 76. Is that awesome? That's pretty cool. The song had hit number 1 several times in the UK, including immediately after Freddie Mercury's death in 1991. I really enjoyed watching that Queen movie. That was really good. 2003, the Rolling Stones performed their first concert in India at the Palace Grounds in Bangalore. And 2007, the Swedish couple ran into trouble with authorities after trying to name their baby daughter Metallica due to tax officials deeming their daughter's name inappropriate, since under Swedish law, authorities have to approve both first names and last names. Talk about having your thumb on you. In 2009, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony was held in Cleveland for the first time since 1997 at Public Hall. The inductees included Metallica, Jeff Beck, and Run DMC. What'd you say?
Speaking of
Speaking of Metallica, I think I'm going to go name Willie.
Next cat.
The next cat, Metallica. Birthdays today. Bluesman Muddy Waters, born McKinley Morganfield, was born today in 1913. Elmer Bernstein, not of the Bernstein Bears, film score, composer of Animal House, Meatballs, Airplane, The Blues Brothers, Ghostbusters, and many more, was born today in 1922. That man,
Wow, he's old.
Elmer, was one busy guy.
He's older than my dad.
Monty Norman, the James Bond theme, was born today in 1928. How does that go? Clive Davis is 93. Dave Hill, guitarist of Slade, is 79. Barry Oakley, bassist for the Allman Brothers Band, was born today in 1948. Here's a cool name to have. Pick Withers. What's your first name? They call me Pick. Got his name.
Not like Slim Pickens.
No, Pick Withers. His mom renamed him Pick because she kept seeing his finger in his nose. Drummer of Dire Straits is 77. Gary Moore, guitarist for Thin Lizzy. I have not heard a Thin Lizzy song in God knows how long. Born today in 1952. David Dr. Chud Calabresi is drummer for the Misfits, is 61. And Mike Starr, the original bassist of Alice in Chains, was born today in 1966, everybody. And there you have it. This day in music, April 4th, 2025. Well, that's a wrap, everybody, on that one. I got to give a big shout out to Ann and Bill Abbott, mostly to Ann because she picked this week's drinking songs. So thank you very much for doing that. And he drinks tequila. I was sitting here telling Michelle, I'm like, you and I could cover this song.
I never heard that before. Have you?
I have never heard that song either. And then, of course, the Sex on the Beach by the Yachtly Crew. And the whole time I thought about you on that because you don't even go walking on the beach, let alone have sex on the beach.
I don't even like the sand on my legs. Definitely don't want it in my hoo-ha.
Wow. Well, I'll give you a double wow on that one. Well, anyway, so there we got through that today, and it's good seeing a lot of you guys on here tonight. I hope you guys hit some of the thumbs up on that. We so appreciate that, and that's what generates the juice in my mind to make this show happen. It was at the 11th hour when I thought the show was not going to go live on YouTube, when all of a sudden I heard a pop.
Your brain went.
My brain said, hey, guess what you can do? Plug in this plug to that plug in this plug, and I bet the sound will work fine. And you know what happened?
It did.
So, anyway, here we are, everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. And I got to give a shout out to Bob Smith. So I asked Bob. He told me which thing to get, Mac computer, the little mini. And he says, get yourself a TV. And I'm like, huh? What? Help me out here. So he sends me a picture. Holy crap, that thing's huge. It's like, I don't know if I could do that.
You don't have room for a TV, right?
I don't have a room. No, I want to downsize a little bit. So even the 27-inch is maybe a little bit too big. So just
What's
saying.
that there?
That's a 27-inch.
Remember that when that was a big TV?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I remember when 27-inch.
You're like, wow, a 27-inch TV.
I can remember when you and I were in Korea.
They first came out with those. How big was that?
Was that a 75-inch?
I don't think it was even that big.
65, 55?
I think it was about like what this one.
I think this is a 55 we got right here. And how much money did they want?
$10,000
at the BX. How much?
$10,000.
$10,000
in 2000, I guess.
for a flat screen TV. Man, is that crazy or what?
Well, they were brand new back then. So
I remember you used to go buy a VCR tape, and VCR tapes were anywhere between $50 and $75 just for a tape. And I remember my buddy,
a blank tape or like a video.
A video. My buddy bought the Cheech and Chong
Up in Smoke.
I think it was the Up in Smoke, and I was like, "Good God!" And then the people who had the run-on TVs, that would be the Tiki Man and Hippie Chick. She said they downsized their TV, and Danny lost his mind. Oh my God. I like the big TVs now. And the one thing we've been watching on TV lately? Lioness.
Yep. It's almost, I think we're almost over, aren't we?
That is a really, I hope not. I hope there's
We've got about 3 or 4 episodes left.
Man, we're going to watch it tonight. But Lioness, that is a really good.
Some of the acting's a little cheesy, but
some of the acting and some of the writing's a little cheesy.
In general, it's a good storyline.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. She was giving them hell last night, man. She was telling the Navy, you could beep, 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 beep. And then she walked out. I was like, damn, she told him. So, all right, everybody, we're going to get to some more music. We're going to come back, and I know I've got some other things I'm going to talk about. But in the meantime, James T. Slater will tell you all about it. The life I want. We all want this life. Down here in Key West. B-Man Michelle, Soulful Confession.
I turn on my radio. Margaritaville is where I go. Can't help myself, it's therapy. When life is kicking the shrimp and grits out of me, it's 10-cup chalice and come Monday, Jimmy's laughing and singing and getting paid. I got a problem, I wish it was me up there on that stage, living the dream. It's the life I want, life I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. Hey, he brings the party wherever he goes, from Kokomo to Coconut Grove. Every day, all night long, it's always sunny when he comes on. All would be forgiven if he give me a call. Tell me my band could open up his next show. It's what I want, what I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. Yeah. Like Hemingway, he raises hell, rolls into town, then he sets sail for some particular harbor where there's rum and a song, where everybody's somebody and everybody gets along. Firing up the blender, Calypso, Delta Soul, Mac and Alley spinning guitar gold. I'm a ping-ding piano man, I'll tickle these ivories, I'll sing for oysters and beer. Jimmy, please, it's the life I want, it's the life I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. He brings the party wherever he goes, from Austin to Mobile down to Barbados. Every day, all night long, it's always sunny when he comes on. But all would be forgiven if he give me a call. Tell me my band could open up his next show. It's what I want, it's what I want. And Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. My mama's 83 and she'd always say, don't give up the piano, son, you'll thank me one day. So come on, Jimmy, before she goes, won't you put me on your Sirius XM radio? It's the life I want, it's the life I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. He brings the party wherever he goes,
sunny when he comes on. And all would be forgiven if he'd give me a call. Tell me my band could open up his next show. It's what I want, it's what I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want. It's life I want, it's the life I want. Jimmy Buffett got the life I want.
Booze is the duct tape of life. That's how I explain my behavior to my wife. You may think I'm drunk again, but I'm really just hanging in, patched up to go the distance. When my luck is running thin, she said, you're insane. Yeah, you're out of your mind. On the brink of total collapse with that line you're giving. Yeah, you know jail would do you good. Hard labor, bad food. You're a pothole in the road to cheerful living. Now booze is the duct tape of life, and I eschew that kind of language from my wife. I'm taken aback at your affront. It's just a harmless little stunt. Let's make up and go to bed. And this is what she said. Hey, you're insane. Yeah, you're out of your mind. On the brink of total collapse with that line you're giving. Yeah, you know jail would do you good. Hard labor, bad food. You're a pothole in the road to cheerful living. Well, I'm glad we talked it over. It's so good to communicate. But don't sugarcoat it, honey. Hey, why don't you give it to me straight? Yeah, you're insane. Yeah, you're out of your mind. On the brink of total collapse with that line you're giving. Yeah, you know jail would do you good. Hard labor, bad food. You're a pothole in the road to cheerful living. You're a pothole in the road to cheerful living. Now booze is the duct tape of life.
Well, you can't turn him into a company man. You can't turn him into a whore. And the boys upstairs just don't understand anymore. Well, the top brass don't like him talking so much, and he won't play what they say to play. And he don't wanna change what don't need to change. And there goes the last DJ who plays what he wants to play and says what he wants to say. Hey, hey, hey. And there goes your freedom of choice. There goes the last human voice. And there goes the last DJ. Well, some folks
the last DJ who plays what he wants to play and says what he wants to say. Hey, hey, hey. And there goes your freedom of choice. And there goes the last human voice. And there goes the last DJ. Down in Mexico, and sometimes it'll kinda come in, and I'll bust a move and remember how it was back then. And there goes the last DJ, last DJ.
Looking to grow your business and get your brand out there? Well, come be part of the Tiki Man Radio family. With over 10 years of branding experience, over 12,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a worldwide audience, Tiki Man Radio can take your business to the next level. Have you checked into local advertising? 15-second slots for thousands of dollars, sandwiched in between the news and 25 other businesses? Internet radio takes your business around the world. Let me tell you what Tiki Man Radio is all about. We're all about branding. We are all about getting your name to the listener base that you're looking for. We have sponsorship packages for large and small businesses with several live shows every week, music festivals in Key West and on the road, and the capability to come to your business. Tiki Man Radio becomes your part. Reach out to us at tikimanradio@gmail.com for the sponsorship package that fits your need. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio. Come over and be part of the family. Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the Student Crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, streaming live on the GTS Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee from 7 to 9 p.m. Friday starting at 7 p.m. It's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun. Are you looking for that special gift for somebody this year for a special occasion? Well, let me tell you about one of the coolest things we've got. It's a Tiki Head DJ for an hour where you become the rock star. We've had a lot of Tiki Head DJs and everybody enjoys it. Let me tell you how it works. All you have to do is send your voice with your intros, your outs, tell us a little bit about you, along with a playlist, and we produce it for you. For a small donation to the radio station that covers the production and the airtime, we put it all together for you. We promote it and make it a big deal along with replay. That's a Tiki Head DJ for an hour, where you become the rock star on the radio. If you're interested, send me an email at tikimanradio@gmail.com, and I'll fill you in on all the details. Become the next Tiki Head DJ for an hour on Tiki Man Radio. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station, and become the next rock star. Take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings. Every Saturday, starting when you get up, Buttercup. Tiki Man Radio opens up the massive archives of the radio station and takes you back to that old shaggy music. Jukebox Saturdays, only on Tiki Man Radio.
Hey Tiki Man Radio fans, this is Emily Randall from Chicagoland, and I love tuning in to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle on Friday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern on the internet at tikimanradio.com or watch live on YouTube at Tiki Man Radio. Reach out if you've got a song request or a confession.
Surrounded by walls, but
I love Emily Randall. She is so nice. She has the most prettiest voice. You know, it's just like, hey, it's Emily Randall. Hey. I love when she brings us back into the show. And yes, if you've got a song request, let us know. And if you've got a confession, we're always into that. I hope to have the call thingy back up next week.
The whole
And if I get this other computer working like I want it to, we should be able to do. I can do call-ins, and they can.
You need another one?
We get them on video. No, I got the other. I'm gonna pull the other computer out.
No, but for when we go on the road, because the reason you got that one is so you wouldn't have to change your computers around when.
I'm just gonna have to do it, and just that's the way it is. That's the way. Well, you know what I could do, because I got everything working perfect. I could try and see if I can get the SoundCloud on this one, make it happen, because I got all this work. I got my wires working. There's no wires crossed here. So, oh my God, it's been crazy. So, hey, I want to bring up, so we're having this conversation, that Heather downsized the TV in their bedroom and Danny went berserk. But she at least gets to watch her Ancient Aliens. And I told her, I said, yeah, I go, you and Michelle you got the hots for that big haired dude on there. He's got that big necklace on, got his shirt open and everything, and he's talking UFO stuff, and you guys are just like, oh, look at his hair. Just like, so.
Except that time they went to Easter Island. I don't think they had any electricity for his blow dryer there.
Yeah, it was kind of flat, wasn't it?
Flat.
Yeah, he did have flat hair on that trip. It's like we're watching that one, and they show him, and we're like, whoa. What happened? That's me laughing at your boyfriend. He had flat hair that day. And Heather's like, LOL. Yeah, so Emily Randall, man, she's awesome. She's always everywhere. She is just doing all kinds of stuff. The Life I Want, James Slater earlier, booze is the duct tape of life. Jim Morris, man, I am so happy that we got to do some stuff with Jim Morris before he passed away. And it was a sudden pass. So good to have Jim out in New Mexico, and we got to share the stage with him and have some fun. The Last DJ, I love the melody in that song. That just, I don't know what it is. I hear that melody, and I'm just like, I like it. It's got me. I'm hooked. The Last DJ.
It's very apocalyptic.
I know, but I don't care. Here's a question. What were you supposed to remind me when I was refueling my beverage? Think hard, Michelle. Think hard.
I forgot.
I want you no, think about it for a second. Think about it for a second. I want you to think about it.
Sorry, Alex.
Think about it, Michelle. What were you supposed to remind me to talk about?
We talked about Cuba. Talked about the food.
Uh-huh. Are you out of it? You're not sure?
I'm out of time.
Has to do with rum. And who?
Beth.
There we go. I knew we would get... You don't win Jeopardy.
No, I was supposed to tell you to...
I said, will you remind me to say something on the radio?
I thought you were just telling me about Beth.
What?
That was...
Oh.
I loathe you.
God. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, we were talking about reef rum. Well, last week, and then I said I should have got the bottle reef rum out and had, instead of doing this vodka here, but that's okay, because what I thought was kind of cool was, Beth got a hold of me over the weekend, and she's telling me I didn't get what she was talking about, but part of it was, here is Adrian Z, and I don't think she mentioned the reef rum. If she did, maybe it was me that kind of spaced out. I don't remember. I know, but she talked about.
Adrian.
There was a song on the radio that Adrian, and she sent me a picture of that. And I think that's great because she loves Adrian. And I know Beth listens to all of this is the cool thing about Beth. She will go back and listen to all of our replays that we do. So thank you, Beth, for doing that, because I know you'll be listening to this at some point. But she was telling me the other day that her and Josh, her husband, made a point to come into Key West, to go to Key West Liquors to get what?
Reef rum.
Reef rum.
Quest.
And she said she liked it. So there you go. Reef rum, if you're listening. Beth from
we sold another
Nailtini.
bottle. 2 bottles of rum.
Yeah, Nailtini, Beth from Nailtini. She heard me talking about it. And it was like, you know how you get like that, when you talk about something and you start like, it's like a saliva running out and everything. It's like reef rum, and she had to go get it. And she liked it. So thank you. Thank you, Beth from Nailtini, for supporting another one of our sponsors here on Tiki Man Radio. We so appreciate that. And matter of fact, tonight when you and I are watching The Lioness, I will probably have a reef rum sitting there watching The Lioness. So, all right. Anything else before we close the show down tonight, Michelle?
Nope.
No?
Nothing from my end.
Well, I appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight and hung in there with us. Thank God I was able to get the YouTube and everything working like it should. That was...
Last minute.
Holy cramoly. Again, it is. It's like, you and I watch a lot of these air accident shows, and only I wish they didn't have the accident. I wish they could have fixed it. But here I am, flying this monster at 35,000 feet, not knowing what's going to happen. And I'm thinking hard. I don't want to crash. I don't want to crash. And then we said we're just going to do radio the old-fashioned way. And then you undid your hair and everything. And then I'm like, we're going back live because I fixed it on YouTube. And you're like, crap.
No earrings.
No earrings. I took my hair down. Oh.
No, I didn't take my hair down. I put it up.
Well, you put your hair up, but...
Because it's hot with it down.
It is.
You wouldn't know.
No, I don't know, because I have to get a haircut.
You don't have long hair.
I have to get a haircut. I'm sorry. It drives me insane, and I'm hoping this lasts until we get through Conch Republic Days. So thank you, Ray, who said we had a fun show, and thank you for being a part of it, because you make it fun, my friend. You
know something? No soup for you!
No soup for you, because you hung out with us all night. So there you go. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to close the show with one last song for the night. And, this is Coastal Confessions, and we started the show... I don't know, 4 years ago when we were with 104?
Go back and look at the pictures from Dan.
Yeah, we need to go back and look at that. Because actually, you know what I think is funny? Because when we play some of Tiffany Green's live stuff from the studio that we were there, you actually hear Dan in the background. And that's when he was cool. Until he went to hell in a handbasket. But, You know, what can you say on that one? But you guys, we're going to play one last song for the show tonight. We're going to come back. You know how I close the show out, so don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. And if you got a last-minute thing to say after I play this last song, let me know, and I'll mention it. But, you know, tonight's song we're going to do, this is I love this song.
Sorry.
Death of an Unknown Poet.
Unpopular poet.
I'm sorry, you're right, unpopular poet. How did I get that wrong? It's right there in front of me, and I got new glasses, everybody. What do you think of my new glasses? So,
They didn't help you read that.
didn't help me read that whatsoever. So, JoJo Fish, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We see, great show. We love it. Go Yukon Cornelius. Oh, no, Yukon Women. There you go, Yukon Cornelius. Little Jimmy Buffett, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be right back after this song. Don't go anywhere. You know how we close the show. And Jimmy's the coolest. Be Man Show.
I truly appreciate it. And there was something I was doing that I didn't know I was doing. It's not like I went to confession or anything, so don't worry about that. But I was just kind of doing songs at the end that I hadn't done in a long time, and people kind of recognized that without me even knowing I was doing it. So here's another one of those I've kind of dug up from the past, and it's a little thing called Death of an Unpopular Poet that goes way, way back. And I hope you enjoy it, because I really enjoy doing this at the end. Again, thank you so much. I once knew a poet who lived before his time. He and his dog Spooner would listen while it rhymed. Words to make you happy, words to make you cry. And then one day the poet, he suddenly did die. But he left behind a closet filled with verse and rhymes. And through some strange transaction, one was printed in the Times. Now he's called immortal. Hell, he's even taught in school. They say he used his talents, a most proficient tool. But he left all of his royalty to Spooner, his old hound, growing old on steak and bacon in a doghouse 10 feet around. And everybody wondered, did he really lose his mind? No, he was just a poet who lived before his time. He was just a poet who lived before his time. Poetry rules. Good night. God bless you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to B-Man Michelle's Cole's Confessions right here on Tiki Man Radio. We so appreciate each and every one of you every Friday night. And as I close the show out every Friday...
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Y'all come back now. You hear? We'll be here next Friday, and we got a whole nother new show for you. And we're going to have 2 more drinking songs from Bill and Ann Abbott and so much other fun stuff. So we'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.